All right, acres away. Must mean Newport Harbor is in the house. We've got Coach Peter Lofthouse joining us today. Thank you for being here, Coach.
Thanks for having me.
Surprise guest. Jason, our boss, said, hey, Lofthouse might come by. I'm like, there's no way. He's got to break down film. He's like, I'm telling you, he's going to come by. And sure enough, we're interviewing Rocky Wong. As we're interviewing Rocky, everything's breaking. Every single Sunset League
made
got in.
I
mean, if I would bet my mortgage, I didn't think that was going to happen based on how,
So here's how it shook out. Edison, Los Alamitos, Division 2, Newport Harbor, CDM, Division 4, Huntington Beach, Division 6, Fountain Valley, Division 8.
So, Coach, you see the results coming out on your phone as we're doing the show. Yep. What are your initial thoughts and reactions?
Well, the surprise was seeing that they ended up going, 8 teams in Division 1. That was, depending on what they pick with D1, usually obviously affects immensely what happens with Divisions 2, 3, and 4, where we fell into with Division 4. And so that was kind of a surprise because Rancho Cucamonga and Long Beach Poly were so close to San Clemente at 8. There was a lot of thought on our end that they might go 10, but by them going to 8, that definitely changed who we played and who fell into Division 4 on our end. I always expected, Los Al, Edison, ourselves, and CDM to be in. I mean, historically, we've been on that 4th place finish in league, and we've usually made it. Just the strength of the league is usually what helps get you in, and I thought I didn't really have a doubt that CDM would not be in the playoffs, and a lot of our projections had them falling in D4 with us, and so just going to be a lot of more good football, and it's neat to see Huntington Beach and Fountain Valley get in because those are both strong programs that work hard.
Coach Gutierrez and Coach Brown have to be doing cartwheels right now.
No, I mean, that just talks about how great the Sunset League team is, and last year I thought the league, I don't say it was better, but they were really good last year, and only 4 of the 6 made it. No, 5 of the 6. But this year, they're all in.
Dude, how about this? D4, CDM, and Newport Harbor on opposite sides of the brackets. They could play.
We're going to get to that in a second.
Battle of the Bay.
Stop teasing me. That could be the championship game, and believe me, I would play Super Bowl money to see that. But so they went with 8. Is that something you're good with? Do you think? I mean, what are your initial thoughts on 8 versus 10?
Cole, could you put that on the screen real quick?
It doesn't surprise me that they could naturally cut off right at 8 because the policy they've usually had is, and they've always stated it, is that an at-large cannot start a new division. So there was a natural line at 8 that could be cut. The assumption was that if other teams were very close to that 8, that they might put in an additional 2 or 3 or 4 potentially to make it a 10 or 12 team D1, and they chose not to do that. And
so do you think that helped a Huntington and a Fountain Valley in that respect because there's 2 less?
It does help potentially if you actually expand D1 more so, just because you now have more teams in D1, which opens up more opportunities on the back end, in the lower divisions, and from D1. And so the fact that they took 8 speaks to the merits of those teams and their strength of their schedule, because there's actually less teams because D1 only did take 8.
Right.
So it looks like to me, I mean, without looking at all the brackets and everything that they used to determine it, I would assume that they were in already.
So let's just look at D1 real quick. I know this isn't your division, but I mean, is there anything that stands out to you as far as, are you able to scroll to the top and bottom?
That's the entire bracket right there.
That's a good point.
I mean,
never mind. I'm so used to those anyway. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's the 18 bracket right there.
Obviously, you've got household names there with Mater Dei and Bosco. I mean, those are going to be significant, tough matchups for those teams. Where the fun is to me in D1 is going to be that Sierra Canyon Santa Margarita game. I've got friends who coach on Santa Margarita. So
that's going to be a great game.
So that's kind of your neck of the woods. You're an El Toro guy, so I get that.
I know people on staff over there, so I'll be cheering for them. That Centennial Olu game should be a good one as well, and so should be pretty evenly matched. So to me, at initial glance, that those 2 games are going to be 2 fun games in D1.
Let me get your opinion real quick. We got a buddy who's a coach at San Clemente.
He's the offensive coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Los Al's gone through this for years. Mission Viejo's gone for it forever. Mm-hmm. These top dogs in Orange County public schools almost get, I hate to say punished for their success, but San Clemente had a great year, and hey, congratulations, you're going to St. John Bosco in the first round. Do you have a solution to the whole modern day Bosco fiasco, or what's your thought on that?
Well, there's a lot of coaches who've put out different ideas.
Right.
One of the ideas I've seen, which could make sense, is if they maybe created an open division and they just cut from the top 4 regardless if you're
like they do in San Diego.
Whether it's an automatic or at large, it's just the top 4 and the ratings go, because the last couple of years we've seen a top 4 definitive difference.
Correct. The gap is significant.
Yep, we've seen that. The other option would be, and something to look at would be potentially, do you separate it where you say there's a D1 public school option and then a D1 private school option? That could be 8 or 16 teams, and then from there maybe you go into more of a mixed format for D2, D3, because there is a difference between what public schools and private schools are able to do in terms of most of the public schools are working with their local kids.
Do coaches reach out to CIF and have these conversations? I feel
yeah, I mean, those conversations usually happen every year, and they're
aware of this situation.
There's always communication, and CIF does a great job of trying to, you've got 320 plus programs in the southern section, and they're trying to come up with the one size fits all model for everybody, and that is going to work in some years, and other years it's going to work against you. So there's no perfect scenario for it.
If you look at that D1 bracket right there, there's 6 private schools and 2 public.
Yeah, and San Clemente, we faced San Clemente in 7-on-7 this year. I know Coach Ortiz, he's a great coach. They got a great staff. I'm sure for 2 weeks they're going to put together the best game plan they can. Obviously they play a great team, St. John Bosco with Coach Negro and stuff.
But I just feel like when they get to pads, that's the difference is the linemen. Because everybody can compete with one another in 7-on, but you get those pads and the linemen, and that seems to be what separates the Monterey's and Bosco's.
Well, yeah, we saw Edison beat St. John Bosco at the Battle of the Beach.
Yeah, the defending national champions. So, Coach, in your first scenario with 4 teams, they would have a bye, play, have another bye, and they'd be in the championship like they do in San Diego. That would seem to make a lot of sense.
Yeah, I think that would fit with the way the current playoffs are structured. Yeah. Without doing too much disruption to the format, I think that would be a very reasonable solution. But ultimately there are other people who have difference of opinions, and that's why CIF, as the organization that governs everything, will sit down, take all those ideas, and give us an idea that they think is best for everyone. And so
Coach Lofthouse phone is blowing up. Everything's coming out. So let's do him. Let's bone. Let's go right to his division. D4. Let's break that down. He's got to get home and start watching film, and I want to get his take on this because this is incredibly intriguing.
Here's Division 4. Here's the upper half of the bracket. You can see Corona Del Mar is taking on Paraclete. So they are on the opposite sides of the bracket. Just FYI, Edison and Los Al are also opposite ends.
And we're going to break that down with Kent Bickel, who was nice enough to come in the studio. But let's just talk about this division real quick. Upper half, anything stand out to you? Yorba Linda, that's a good team.
Yeah, I mean, we're familiar with, we played St.
Paul.
We played St. Paul this season.
Oh, that's right.
We played Santa Barbara back in 2021. We've played Yorba Linda in the past as well. I'm sure CDM knows Yorba Linda well from last year. And so, there's,
That's right. That was the semifinals.
Those are going to be some tough matchups.
If you're the 1 seed, it's not a freebie. I mean, these are all 4 games that are touchdown or less.
Very competitive. Actually, this was one of the projected formats we had as our staff. Like, this could actually happen. And so with 8 teams, and I actually had a feeling 8 or 10 teams we were going to be facing Tribuco.
So you're going to be at home against Tribuco, and then potentially going to
Lucerna or Great Oak.
Yeah, I mean, Tribuco upset. Who'd they upset to be co-league champs?
They upset San Juan Hills.
We played Tribuco last year. We played them the year before that. So no Coach Nolan, well. Great program. We faced them this summer in 7-on-7. They know us. We know them.
You got Capo Valley. Downey's a defending CIF champion.
That's another one that caught my eye. We played Capo last year and the last 2 years. So there's some teams in here we're familiar with. There's some new ones as well. Every game in every division, just with the way the power rating is set up, all these games, if you go project them, are going to usually be within 7 points. And so any given night, at any given location, you can be beat. And
you
got to practice hard. You got to be playing your best football on Friday night, and those who do will win in advance, and those who don't, unfortunately, will go home.
The one thing I really like about the new format is, you're right, all these games, there's no freebies. The 1 seed has got as tough a task as the 2 and the 3 and the 4. And I'm going to be honest, I'm biased. I would give anything to see UNC in the championship game. I mean, that would just be, I'm telling you, that's like Super Bowl type stuff.
Yeah.
So, listen, Coach, I know you got a long day ahead of you. You got a lot of film to watch and break down, but you might want to call in sick tomorrow and just or give the kids a test and go in the corner and start doing right. Your voice is getting a little raspy there.
Yeah, right.
But listen, we really appreciate you taking the time to come down, spend some time with us, talk about the divisions. This is the best time of year. This is Christmas in October.
And hey, congratulations on a great regular season. And
thank you.
We hope we're still doing the show 4 or 5 weeks from now. You guys going to state or whatever. So thanks for coming down today.
Yeah, a lot of work by the staff and the kids and the parents and the whole community. So it's great to see the success pay off and get the automatic bid. And now, as we can see, a whole new season starts.
Hey.
It's just either you get 4 more games or you get 1 game.
Let me throw one last thing in. With the whole Sunset League being in, is it possible you and CDM are the home team and might have to have a Thursday or Saturday game? And if that,
so
would you prefer Thursday or Saturday?
That's probably my next phone call, is getting the ADs and everybody on the same page to discuss. Okay, are we playing Thursday, Friday, or is it a Friday, Saturday?
Do you have a preference on a Thursday, Saturday if you had?
That's something I got to look at, just more at the brackets and scheduling and stuff, because. I believe CIF, and I got to double check the rules, usually will say something to the effect games have to be played maybe either Friday or Saturday.
Because you're not getting
and it could be Thursday, so I don't know. We got to figure that out.
Well, we're going to be there one way or the other, Coach.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we're so happy for you and the kids and the whole league is that, for that matter. Best of luck, and hopefully we're talking in about 4 weeks.
What a great day.
Yeah.
What a great day.
Well, Coach Lofthouse, thanks again, and get to work.
Yep.
You got stuff to do.
Appreciate it.
All right.